Well, you remember that disc we dragged home? I sold it to the little neighbor boy. He's a John Deere feller, and he was looking for a disc, and he was gonna drive far away and spend a bunch of money, and I said no. I said, I got something you need. So there we go. So that is a good match of equipment there. Probably what would have pulled that disc when it was new. So, yeah. Well,
Going home now.
Going home. Oh, I'll go get it.
Yeah.
So we better see some videos on this.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna see
Working. All right. I'll go get the book.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Doing business with you.
Yeah. No returns. Look at that proud little peacock pulling his treasure home. Haven't we all been there? Happy to acquire a piece of rusty garbage? Well, I hope it does well for him. Can't wave and film. So some of you probably wonder, you know, I thought we were gonna fix that up and, you know, play with it. Well, here's the thing, fellers. I'm not a John Deere collector, and that character is. So, I think it's in a happier home, where it definitely is gonna get used and played with. And you might also be asking yourself, you know, how much money did you make on that transaction? Actually, I think I lost money for what I agreed to pay for it versus what I sold it for, but that's not the point. You see, back when I was his age, I also had no money, and I also wanted to collect stuff, and there were old fellers who helped me out, you know, get stuff bought and do whatever, and pay them back or whatever had to be. So I kind of feel like it's a pay it forward type of situation. You know, they got me going, and now I'm gonna help get him going. And so that's what it's all about. I want to see more people get into collecting, and I'm not necessarily concerned with making a profit for myself. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. And today, while still not feeling 100%, I need to get things done. And one thing I need to get done is, I noticed the other day when we pulled this tractor out that we had an awfully high oil level. And so that could mean several things. Well, first of all, if your oil is high, could mean you're leaking coolant into the oil. However, you would notice much grayness and what have you. Second thing that could be that you're leaking fuel into the oil. And that could be a couple possible culprits. Number A could be that whenever I put this fuel pump back on, I rolled one of those umbrellas just a little bit or nicked it or something, and it's gently leaking fuel in. And that is very common for people to do that when that happens. However, it is not common for me to do that. Out of all the ones I've done, that is very few and far between that I've had that happen. So my suspect is over here, which is the ever unpopular fuel transfer pump. And the reason I say that it's very possible that this is the culprit is it is leaking externally. And if it's leaking externally, I feel that it is probably also leaking internally. So, still green paint on it, leads me to believe that's probably original. So, a little trip online here, it actually ended up to be an Agco original from the place that I bought it. We have this jobby, original equipment. And I should handle this very gently because this is super duper expensive. Most transfer pumps you see are like 40 bucks. This one, almost $200, $168 or somewhere in that neighborhood, 180 plus the shipping. So ridiculous that always has to be the case for us. Everything we do is more expensive, but we have to have it. And usually, like on the 1855, I do not have this pump because it has the glass style fuel filter. However, with these style of fuel filters, I really feel that the pump is necessary, because I don't know if you'd get quite enough gravity flow to go through all of that mess without it. It's kind of designed in conjunction with that. And the time that they went away from that to the glass one is also the time that kind of went away too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll go right over here and I'll show you. Here you have your square glass fuel filter / water separator, and it is enough flow that I just use it without it. You know, I had one on there for a while and then I thought, nope, that's stupid, don't need it. So went back to this setup. And I originally had done it because of fuel fender tanks, but you don't even need it for that. I mean, the fuel fender tanks work off a vacuum essentially, because they are always refilling the main tank. If you don't know, the fuel fender tanks are plugged into the other half of the return tee on top of the fuel tank. And then by putting a non-vented cap here and vented caps there, it has to get air from somewhere. So it's from there, and it just keeps pulling fuel and refilling this tank until it's empty. And then when your gauge starts to move, that tells you you're on this tank. But anyway, that is a story that has nothing to do with what we're working on, really. So we're gonna go back over here and try to get this changed out, and then change the engine oil, and then watch it super duper carefully. And if it appears that we're still gaining, then we'll probably be pulling the injection pump and checking out what's wrong with the umbrellas. But I really believe that this is probably the culprit, because I just had that injection pump off whenever I bought this tractor, and that wasn't that awful long ago. But you know, anything's possible. But today we're starting with this. So first, I'm going to reach under here and see if it is in fact possible to shut the fuel off. Oh boy, I don't know. As I suspected, it's probably never been done, and it is going to fight us every single turn. It's going to be the kind of deal where, yeah, every turn is going to have to go. What fun, friends. This is a lot of work for just the basic first step that should take just a few seconds. It's so sad that our whole life is a struggle. Why, life? Why you no cut brake? Yeah, you always make me work. Everything I do in any regard of my life is the long way around. I can never just have something work out for me in a simple way. I always have to do the most difficult thing in order to accomplish the simplest task. This goes on much more. I'm gonna have to go get some more cough medicine. I think I was getting more done that day than I was right now. All right, this no good. Must go. Take off. Here go. I'm not really a fan of these style fuel fittings either, to tell you the honest truth. I usually change them to brake line style fittings, but that would be much work here that we don't need, so we're not gonna do that thing. Okay, that's what I figured would be the nice thing. So now we have to go find us a plug anywhoos or something, and then the rubber hose to stick it up higher than the tank. Shoot. Well, that was a nice thought while it lasted. All right, well, due to circumstances I'd rather not discuss, we're going to be taking that line off to clean it out now, because I just shoved some junk in there and it is now plugged up. So we'll have to deal with that here shortly. Now, if I remember right, you can't do it this way. So we're gonna go ahead and do it this way. And then, you know, find out we can't. I'm just thinking that this doesn't fit in here for some reason. Maybe it will on the old one, but it won't on the new one. I can't remember. It's like we don't have enough clearance or something. I don't remember. You have to get one side out with a wrench. See, we're already getting ourselves into this predicament here. Predicament. Maybe it's this side. That would make more sense. The most difficult to get to side that has the filter. That would be much more likely. Yeah. Sure. Let's do that. Oh, come on. Come on. Wouldn't it be nice to just work? I envision that it would be. There's a very clean bolt that looks like it's been washed with whatever fuel, very thin oil. All of this because of an inconvenient problem. All of this doesn't have to be. There. Okie doke. Very oily and wet. I would say that we're justified in doing what we're doing. Now we need to clean up stuff and things before we do things and stuff back. Otherwise we won't be doing ourselves any favor. So we need to be going getting ourselves some towels and maybe a gasket scraper or such and clean this up. Alright. Alright. I wish I had brought more brake clean, but I didn't. That actually looks super clean. Other than a little schmutz around the edges. Now, how's this looking? That's looking pretty snazzy. Oh, what do we got there? Two? Two gaskets? Do we need two gaskets? Why do we have two gaskets? I did not anticipate that. Maybe they just stuck together? Question mark? I don't know. I'm probably only using one. Now see, it's going to be going like such on there. Our test fit. And we got through holes, so definitely we are going to siliconize it with not just regular silicone. We're going to use number 2 Permatex. Unfortunately though, I didn't have number 2, so I've got number 1 Permatex, which probably isn't going to work because it's hard setting and I don't like that. But we're going to experiment, you know. I want to get this done. So, did our Permatex go bad in the tube? I don't know why it wouldn't. I mean, everything else has went bad today. That is nasty and way too much. I do not want it in the block. I just want it on the gasket. But it's not going to play that way with us, is it? It's going to make a big mess. Yeah. That's fine, though. It's just like life. A big mess. Alright. That's too much. Sure. Can we get this in here? It's not sitting at the correct place to make it more easy for us. It's sitting at the most inopportune place, actually. You can do it. You can do this. They told you in school you could do whatever you wanted. When I grew up, I wanted to be a moron. And look at me, living the dream. Sheesh. Okay. Well, now here's the thing about this. There's a lot that could still go wrong. This is not my preferred way of doing any of this. Like I said, I still don't really feel good or like doing anything, but I have to. And this is for myself, so if I screw it up royally, I can always go back later and hopefully unscrew it. As much as I enjoy doing things twice, I'll just go ahead and, yeah, I don't know. Am I accomplishing anything? I don't know. I ask myself that every day. And a lot of times, I think the answer is no. Definitely not accomplishing anything with life. But in this regard, I don't know that we're accomplishing anything either. We're good at making a mess. I'm very good at that. Ask anyone who knows. They'll tell you that. I can make a mess with the best of them. I can make a mess of things too, so. See, right now would be a great time for offset wrenches, which I own. But am I gonna go get them? Nah. Why would I do that when I could sit here and fiddle with this for like 10 minutes and just, you know, try to wedge it in there and get it, see? I can get my hand back there just barely. What kind of nonsense is this? All right, next order of affairs is changing out fittings. And this is super fun too, because if you do it wrong, you can ruin the fuel pump. So that's nice, you know? If you over tighten it and you hear that little tink, why, then you know you're an idiot and you went too far. Ooh. So, yeah, that fitting is not very clean. I don't like it. So I'm going to table that one until we can get maybe like the air hose going here in a second. All right, so we're getting there. I got one cleaned out, so we're going to try that. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be sadness, you know, we'll probably destroy the pump, because why not, you know? We've done everything else, why wouldn't we also ruin the pump? Now, I'm tempted to go around again, but that would probably be sadness. But if I don't go around again, the vibration will make it sadness, because it will never seal. So what you're going to want to do is get in there where you can ruin your brass, and then go around like such, and maybe about like that. You're going to drop your wrench in the dirt. That's handy. It's going. Is it going to leak? You betcha. But you know, we tried. And nowadays, all people care about is that you tried. You can be totally worthless at something and not even capable of succeeding, but as long as you tried, they celebrate you and probably throw some sort of festival in your honor. But yeah, we're just going to keep going and see what happens. Now, what did I do with, that's the fun game that I play every video. I play with myself. I don't play with myself on video, that's not what I'm saying. But, you know, oh, what kind of nonsense do I come up with off the top of my head? But I'm okay, we're not gonna get anything done now because I'm laughing too much. Alright, well, it's underneath a fat roll. I lost. I lost. Okay, enough. I lost my screwdriver that I was using to clean out these elbows. See? And then I accidentally said play with yourself, and then it made me laugh. So nonsense. So stupid. I can't believe that people actually watch these videos. Up until now, all of this stuff was just done silently, with the occasional outburst of laughter because something like that would pop into my head. But now people actually watch. I actually make money off of people hearing what's inside my brain. That's crazy. Oh, what a bunch of baloney. Now, we're gonna have another cute game where we're gonna play This Isn't Tall Enough. I bet we are. That's a cute game to play. I like that game. That's always nice. Not tall enough to fit. Well, so we could play Let's Bend Them at an Angle. I think that's the game we'll play as soon as we get there. Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it out, you know. What's the hurry here? We got all of our life, which might only be like till next week. It could only be till next Thursday, so, or till tomorrow even. So, yeah, we'll just take our time. Either way. All right, so I got that done after much sadness. But before I start it, I guess it's as good a time as any to just go ahead and start changing filters. I should have, whilst I had it shut off somewhat, changed those two filters, and I didn't do it. So I guess I'll do it now. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Can we make it work? Maybe. Our Napa has a filter sale in February, so I usually buy my Life's filters in February. However, Mr. Mouse already decided to get into the box and chewed this one open. Luckily, he did not make it through the plastic, so everything in the filter should be good still on this one. Why he singled out that one, I don't know. I guess because he knew that it would go to this, and this project was already a struggle, and he just wanted to make it more difficult, would be my guess. Yeah, sure, start leaking. That's what we like. Yep. Some crudiness, but as you may or may not recall, this little feller sat for who knows how many years before I got it. So, yeah, it's definitely entitled to have a little schmutz in it. And that's why we change filters, so that we can prevent problems, see? Oh yeah. It's looking much more better. Sometimes they come with, yeah, I was gonna say, there should be more. There should be an upper one for up underneath of here, which you can't see, but that's fine. You don't need to know it's there. You just, as long as I tell you about it, you know? Probably an O-ring pick or something will be good, but let's just throw that in the bucket. We don't need it. There we go. Now, should we replace that O-ring? Yes, we should. Will we regret it? Most definitely, probably. Sometimes it's very hard to get the other one stuffed up under there. Let's see here. But we'll do it anyway. because that's how we roll. Oh, okay. Everybody's going in the bucket. Everybody in the bucket. That's fine. Come on. Must it? There. I think we might have something for a change. Okay. Can we get in there like that? We're gonna do it. We're gonna get there. Maybe. Oh man. Yeah, that one's kind of nasty too. So, good thing we're doing this. We're gonna do it that way. Sure. And what you're gonna want to do is have your motor sitting in a way that it's not gonna let you use your hand primer. So, that's great. Maybe let's bump that over just a skosh. Now, there. How much pumping will it take, do you suppose, folks? I'm guessing a bunch. You would think that gravity would eventually kick in and take over, but it won't. Will it go? There. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Now for my absolute least favorite part of this whole affair. The ever wonderful sock. The old sock is not my favorite design. I don't know why they thought, hey, sock, you know? I don't know whose idea that was, but I just don't go for this. I'm sure that it has some kind of merit that I don't understand. But as far as I'm concerned, the sock is not the way, the truth in the life. It's more of a pain. See. Man, oh man. Okay. Come on. Yeah, look at that oily old sock. I guess one of the benefits of it is maybe that it keeps it, I don't know. I can't really think of a benefit of it. Never mind. Get out of there, rubber. You had your day. Let one of the young folks try it. Come on. Urgh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just saw some junk fly in there. There. Ooh, I heard it like make a gurgly sound. Is it this one? That goes in there. That one's too thick, I think. That's what she's... No. No, we're not gonna go there with that kind of joke. It's fine. Alright, sock. A clean roll of toilet paper. Boy, I'm just not... Get in there. And this is a lot of fun because the sock is actually more sock than what it can handle. And you have to kind of smush the sock in order for it to actually go in there. The old sock has to go smush. That's also not a thing I'm a fan of. That you have to deform something to put it on right away. And once again, I lost the wrench. There it is. And you have to make sure then, while you're doing this sock crushing affair, that you get the filter canister down in all the way around. Because, yeah, see, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you miss it, and you think you're tight, and you're really not. And then sadness. Now, I kind of did this out of order of what I would normally. And that is, we need to now drain the oil out. I just happened to be here, and I thought, hey, why not do that now? So I'm gonna get the wrench, and we'll let the oil out of this sucker. I think we got her. I just had to find all my stuff back, see? So, this is only the second time I will have ever changed the oil in this particular tractor. And now everything is covered with diesel fuel. I'm trying to say. Boy, that doesn't screw out of there nicely. Come on. There. Oh, yeah, that's very liquidy. See, I don't like that. So it's a good thing we're doing this, because that just does not go. That needs to go. All right, have you been watching that for me so that it didn't run away? Good. It's still dripping, isn't it? Can we feel up in there? Just stick your finger in the hole. See what happens, guys. I mean, all it can do is yell at you. Here we go. I would never use an impact on an oil pan. Just in case somebody wants to go down that road, I do not recommend that strategy. I like to be able to feel when I twist it off. So, yeah, okay, that's back in. Well, as we recall from the other one, takes about 10 quarts. Oh, thanks, air compressor. You were paying attention. All right. Can we do it without making a mess? I hope so. You can't quite, yep, nope, can't get it without making it. You can't quite get all of the jug. Got to do a little fancy needle work there. We'll clean it up. And by that I mean we'll ignore it. There's two. Now, for good measure, we know that it needs more, but should we try it? It's gonna show full because it's not up in the sock, see? Should we try to start it and then top her off? It's not gonna start, I'll promise you. Come on. Oh, hey, even I'm surprised. It'll probably die when it gets that air slug from those filters, but it's a little warmer today, so that might have helped it. We got oil pressure. Not quite as good as the 1855, but we still need to add more oil, but we're looking good here. No external leaks. I'm liking that. Still got our little hint of blow by though. I would say that all those years of sitting is probably what its biggest problem is. Huh. Nothing's leaking though. I like that. Let's shut her down here. Let's top off our oil, and then we'll call it a win. I need to get more filters for the hydraulic shifts and the rear ends. I only have 2 left. So the other day, I didn't have them when I did that 1855. And I got 2 I found here a while ago, so we got to do that. But we'll do this route, just to say we did. Pour in a little more. We should probably check just for good measure. But yeah, we're down low again. And we got our half jug from the 1855, so in theory, 2 halves should make a whole. So we'll do that. Take a gander at what we got. All right. Remember, that's how much oil we have. So if it gains any more than that, we know we still got a leak, and our culprit is probably injection pump seal. However, I do not think that is the case. I think that we probably solved it just because of the way that other pump looked. Talking and doing 2 things at once here again, but I think we got us something. Once again, we rode the struggle bus the whole way. However, at the end of the day, we got a result. And I'm happy with the result, especially if it keeps looking like this and it does not get dirty. I have had trouble with these new ones, folks. Just like on my loader tractor, I put one on not about the same time as I started YouTube, I think. I put it on when I rebuilt that pump, and it started leaking something fierce, and I never could get it to stop till I made a homemade gasket out of something that I would not make a homemade gasket out of. So anyway, yeah, we just need to probably now give it a bath because it's covered with oily film from all of our dripping, you know. But like I said, I'm happy with our result here. That is super expensive, but if it fixes our problem, what does it matter? It's worth it then. So that's what I'm after, you know. I don't like spending money on things if I don't have to, but I'm also a fan of, if you got an entire tractor sitting there that you can't use because something simple is wrong, it's probably worth the $180. So I'm confident now that we don't have to worry about this, hopefully. So we'll just keep an eye on that oil and make sure it stays, and then we'll know we accomplished our task. As always, friends, if you enjoy these videos even remotely, hit that thumbs up button. That is supposed to help me out, and it doesn't cost you anything. And go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about it or what you didn't like, and tell me what you want to see so that I know what kinds of things to make in the future. And I'll try to keep doing my best to make tractor themed videos, Oliver, Whites, whatever. Other tractors, junk that I bring in from who knows where. So as always, friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.